G'day guys, Adam here from Elite Lawn Mowing and Maintenance. We're going to have a look at the new Bushranger RZHD that I bought from my local dealer a couple of weeks ago. Do a bit of a 10-hour review and have a look over the features that the machine has to offer, and answer a few questions that some of the lawn mowing contractors have asked. And yeah, from there we'll just go through the machine and have a look at what it's got to offer. Alright guys, let's get into it. Alright guys, so here we are with the Bushranger RZHD. I am running a 48-inch deck. So I thought we'd just start from the front and work our way around and have a look at the machine and see what cool features it has to offer and address any issues. So we'll start with the front casters. We've got a 13-inch smooth tread, like most zero turns. As you do go up the models, you will find a semi-radial front tyre. The RZHD is actually the introduction to the commercial range, so some of the features it doesn't have that others will have, and I'll try and outline them. But yeah, so we'll move around and have a look at the deck. So we've got a very thick fabricated steel deck, and it's nice and deep. It's 5 inches deep, and the thing that I really like, I've got a dedicated mulching kit on this, and I was a bit worried to get the dedicated mulching kit, but you know, since I've had it, I haven't looked back. It cuts and clears just as well as it would be throwing, and you know, I cut a vacant block the other day that was up to my hip in spots, and we just started it off on the highest setting, and it just absolutely chewed through it. So this machine has no problems cutting and clearing, and I think we know that from the Bushranger brand and their mowers. They just really don't have a problem cutting and clearing. Something else that's been outlined on other videos and other reviews is the fact that you get no blowout. So there's nothing worse than mulching a lawn and your deck gets some blowout here at the side or at the front, and you're just forever trying to chase your tail going around and get that extra grass that's blown out. In the 10 hours of use, I have not had any blowout on cutting lawns. You know, I cut some lawns at 4 inches, I cut other lawns at 1.5, 2 to 3. So in the range of what I've been cutting, the mulching kit plus the no blowout has just left an amazing finish. So yeah, that's the deck. Another really impressive thing with these Spartan mowers is the wide tread on the back. So we've got a 22-inch tire on the back, and that wide tread pattern is just amazing. So hills, you know, slopes, areas that I would have been getting bogged in previous machines. And especially at the moment, you know, we've had so much rain. I'm in Sydney and we've had so much rain, and this machine just excels in that area. So there's no problem just getting through muddy areas, and yeah, you can't really tell because I've given it a wash for the video, but you know, I've had this in some really muddy spots, and we've had no problem at all. So moving around to the back, so we've got the Kawasaki FR691V. So this is, like I said, the intro to the commercial machines. I think if you've ever had a Kawasaki, which I have in previous mowers as well, you'll know that they're just a good running engine. They sound good. There's none of this high-pitched sound. Yeah, they just sound good and they run good. The further you go up the models, the better the Kawasaki engines are. So yeah, that's just standard with any company. Going up, the more you pay and the better engine you get. I think we can run about 14.8 kilometers an hour in forward, and in reverse I think it's about 8 kilometers an hour top speed. But you know, this machine has no problem powering through long lawns and still have that extra speed when you need it. So coming around the back, this is one of my favorite spots of the mower. It just looks beefy, and it just looks like it's gonna protect it. It's thick steel, so if you do have an accident or you accidentally back into something, or you know, it's really protecting all those areas that you want protected. And at the same time, it just looks good. I really like the look of it. So yeah, yeah. So then you got your rollover bars. I have these up sometimes, but majority of the time I have them down, just because I'm going around low-lying trees, and yeah, that's the only reason. So moving through on this side, as you can see, I've got the dedicated mulching machine. So the one impressive thing about these is really the blades they come out with stock are just really good quality. I've had a look underneath, and you know, they're really good blades. They cut and clear no problem, like I've said. And the other thing is, some of the lawns I do that are thicker, this thing stripes like better than any mower I've used. So it really leaves those stripes. We'll go to some footage and have a look at that now.
1, 2, 3. I've been running from the pain, trying not to feel the same, but it's a shame that we miss again. See, my confidence is shaking and my heart is feeling vacant, so you try to fill it in. You said I could fix the broken in your heart. You would save them, darling. But I don't know why you're shooting in the dark. I got faith in everything. But love, pray for me. I never had somebody, so I don't know how to love. Pray for me. I know I need somebody, so I can learn how to love. Heart in.
So coming back, yeah, so another another great thing about this mower is the fact that I've had a lot of other zero turns, and when you start the blades, engage the blades, the whole machine feels like it's going to fall apart, or just feels so rough. It does have a lot to do with these rubber pads, that this machine just feels so smooth. They take out a lot of the vibration, but just as a well-made machine, it really takes out a lot of that shuddering and that vibration through the machine. So yeah, it has these pads play a part in that, but I think the fact that it's really well made, and yeah, it just feels great when you engage the blades. It doesn't feel like the machine is struggling or falling apart. So just at the front here also I've got the aftermarket drink holder, which you can get from Bushranger, from your local dealer. I know it's been a problem with a lot of people that you can't fit a big drink bottle in, or a big drink of any sort. So I really like this, because this actually comes out and you can actually fit quite a big bottle in there. So you can get these on all the models. This one doesn't have a extra cup holder, but most of the upper models do. But I'd still recommend having this, because number one, you can fit the bigger bottle, but number two, you can put your other stuff, phone, wallet, keys, in the drink holder, and then use this. So yeah, we'll just have a look up here. We've got the pretty standard Bushranger seat. Now it is very comfortable. It's just well made. You sit in it and you feel it hugs you, and it just feels comfortable. If we have a look over here, and I'll bring the seat up. Now there is a section here that you can get some aftermarket like shock systems. Now I'm a big boy, and I haven't felt that at the moment that I need it. But in saying that, it might be something I'll look at in the future, just to get that added extra comfort. But you know, as a seat, it's well upholstered and it's very comfortable. And yeah, it's just a good seat, I think. So we'll move around. So you got your fuel tank on this side. No gauge, just a level system, so you can see how much fuel you've used. I fit about, it's close to 20 litres. I think the specs are about 18.9 litres. But yeah, it's a really good, it's a good fuel tank. You know, it's good size, so you know, you get one big job done, or quite a few small jobs with the tank. So so while we're under here, we'll just have a look. So you've got your twin Parker driving system gearboxes. One feature I really like about this machine is that you can actually disengage these gearboxes, and once you've disengaged them, this mower is light work to push around. I'll show you that quickly now. So I've got the gearboxes disengaged and take the park brake off. Now, it's just really light and easy to move around. Now, if you get in a tricky situation where you're bogged, or you need to get out of somewhere, or the engine breaks down, or anything, it's really handy just to be able to give it a push and it goes. Like it's not a heavy machine at all. So it moves very freely. All right, so now we'll I think we've covered everything around the bottom. So we'll jump up on top and have a look at the features that the RZHD and the Spartan range have. So we're up on top now. So park brake on, off, very easy system. I really like a manual park brake. I've had a few machines before where the brake is like the lever's all the way out, or something like that, but I like having a park brake in front of me. Just feels safer to me. So yeah, so you got your height adjusting pedal here. With this particular machine, we've got a knob system to change your height. So yeah, I find it very easy to use. It's very light on your feet to change the height, and very easy to use. I know that sometimes I've seen other guys have had problems with the deck bouncing when you're going over rough terrain. So the deck bouncing up and down, and this actually changing from 3 to 2.5 halfway through a mow. This can be avoided just by having a good, just making sure the dealer has adjusted the nut underneath to exactly right. So if you go too tight with the nut underneath, you can't move this at all. It just needs to be tight enough that when, in Australia we have some rough terrain, and the last thing you want is it bouncing out of place. So I haven't had that problem. My dealer had it set right from when I bought it, but that's just something I've seen other guys have a problem with. So we'll come here to the keypad. So the Bushranger Spartan range run a keypad system. Now it's got a code to get in. So most other machines have a universal key. So it's very easy for someone who has your key to sort of take it. You can change the code to whatever you want. So I've just got 2412. So then you're going to come up with your green button, so you're ready to go. If that is red, it will tell you why you're not ready to go. So if I take my park brake off, that's going to go red, and it's going to tell me because your park brake's on. If I bring the handles in, it's going to tell me because it's not in neutral. If I'm not on the seat, it'll tell me. If the blades are engaged, it'll tell me. So yeah, it'll tell you. Some other features this has is, we'll go through these. So just a clock. This is your engine hours. So it tells you the difference between your engine hours and your cutting hours, which is really good for service intervals. And then just gives you an average. So we've done 10 hours on the engine, 7.8 hours cutting time. The one thing that is different in this is the service intervals are set still to American standards, so it won't tell you to change your oil till 20 hours, and then it'll only tell you every 100 hours after that. In Australia, because of our conditions, we need to change the oil at 10 hours, first service at 10 hours, so mine's just about to go in. And from there, every 50 hours after that. So you got your revs, your volts on the battery, which is really handy to know. If your battery's not charging, then you know it's not the battery, it's something else, or you can alleviate issues and find out what's wrong. And then we just got our service reminders. So change oil in 9.6, but like I said before, we change it a bit earlier. So you also have the button here already for aftermarket lights, and another thing that can be installed is automatic deck, mower deck height. So you can change that on the machines to have an automatic height adjustment. So that's everything from up the top. We'll just have one last look around, and then the other thing I'd just mention is your driving system. So it's really, really sensitive, and I really like that. Doesn't take much effort to move where you want to move, slight adjustments, and you're away. So I really like that. One of the other issues that a few of the guys have been asking about was parts and getting parts and accessories. I haven't had an issue at all. I bought a new set of blades, a belt kit, and my dealer had them there ready to go. I actually spoke to the dealer about this and asked him, and he's never really had any problems with getting what he needs to get. Of course, everyone had a bit of issues over COVID, but that was every mower brand and every brand in general having troubles importing. So but the dealer really doesn't have any issues getting parts, accessories, whatever you need. Bushranger is actually owned by a bigger company that they import Bushranger and Hustler. So you're backed by a big company, and they really, like, just since I bought the machine, they've reached out, they've sent me a welcome pack, instructions on how to use the machine on a video. You really feel welcomed and part of something more than just a mower, which is nice. So all in all, I think as long as you have that bolt adjusted, which mine has been since new, and so your deck doesn't bounce up and down. All in all, I think this has actually been, I mean, we've put 10 hours on it, but it's been a great machine so far. It's like anything, you know, any mechanical machine, you're gonna get problems eventually, whether it's from new or 300 hours down the track. You're gonna get some sort of problems, but I feel safe and backed by a really good company, which makes me feel good about moving forward, that I can get the parts I need and get things fixed quickly and back out to mowing. So yeah, thanks for sticking around for the review, and let us know what you think in the comments. Thanks, guys.